I even want to make the point that some mothers would say, I can be a mother and a father. You can't be. God did not design you to be both. Well, I have to be. No, you don't. You be a great mother. You'll get the job done. I was raised by a single parent, and she did a great job. And so you don't have to be mother and father. You don't have to take the title. Here's why, because I can't be father and mother. If I tried to claim your title, you said, well, you can't do that. Well, how are you going to claim mine? There are unique things a mother brings to the table. And there are unique things that a father brings to the table. Now, here's the problem. If it's not there, then what happens? Well, problems, challenges. And every single parent understands this. Whether you be a father or a mother, and it's mainly mothers who are single parents, they understand how hard this is. But be clear. There is a design that God put together. And if I can just digress for a moment, because there's a whole lot of studies. I can go through the emotional behavior of children, the maternal behavior, maternal issues, crime, child abuse, teen pregnancy, incarceration, drugs abuse, obesity even, all that's affected. All that, I can go through all these, I'm not going to read them all, but all those stats are horrible. They're not encouraging when you look at what happens when a father is not present. But can I step out of this for a minute and make an observation? You know how all of this starts? It's how we build relationships. It really is about relationships. Ariana made a statement. You know who she is, right? Did I say her name right? Ayana, I said her name right? She made a comment in one of her interviews, and she was talking to a woman who was crying about the father not being there, and she said, well, you chose him, right? I thought it was the most amazing show I'd seen. She said, boss, hey, you did have a relationship. She didn't say it like that. She made it more plain. She made it more plain. She said it in a way that made me sit up. I said, ooh, that's straight. Her point was, it is sometimes about relationships. It's how we start, how we pick, and what we do once we start a relationship. I'm going to do a whole series on sex. You probably shouldn't come to church that month. I haven't named the month, but this year I'm going to do one whole series, 4 sermons, so you can stream in if you're shy. I'll make it as graceful as I can, but I think that we don't understand that a lot of the dynamics that we're dealing with are tied to and rooted in the way we build relationships. And it manifests itself in some of these issues. And it causes some of these consequences. Fix the way we start relationships will fix a lot of that. And what's really tragic, if you look back and you try to sort out all of what happened, and you go through that, as a kid, well, what happened to me? And how did I get here? And what and who did you know? And all that. But when you try to sort through all that, here's what you come to. It's all about how we start relationships. This is not how God wanted us to start it. And these are not, if I can code in a code way, these are not the elements he wanted in a non-married relationship because of the dynamics it creates. But because we ignore those things, we sometimes ignore what could potentially happen. We are living in a world that's operating outside of God's design. And so when you live outside of God's design, school teachers, you get this right. You tell students, this is your homework. This is the scale you're going to be graded on. And then what happens? They don't do the homework, right? They do it their own way. They live their own way. They're cool. They got shoes. They style. They profile. And when graduation time comes, the parents want to come to school and talk to you. Anybody there with me today? Everybody wants to know, well, how in the world did this happen? Okay, well, we told you in the beginning, this is how it works. You come here, you do this work, you get these grades for these tests, and this is how you get through. You can't be totally shocked that all of this is a mess when you don't do it right. Can you say amen? I mean, and you got to back up for a second. I'm not saying that if a father doesn't father, that there's something that we excuse. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just simply saying, go back to the root for a moment and let's understand, even though all the stats say what they say, it really is about us trying to live life without God. It's trying to live life without any standard or any guidelines. It's just free love. No, it's not free. This is the price tag. The price tag that you pay and somebody else pays, and for generations people pay. It's choices that two people make. And sometimes I think it's hard to back up and say, you know, if I had done that differently, maybe our whole family would have a different set of circumstances. Our whole family for generations can be different.